Hey everyone, this is the Spoon Dude back with another Star Wars custom action figure video. This time we're taking a look at the little modifications I have made on my Sh Figuarts Darth Vader figure. I bought the Sh Figuarts Return of the Jedi Darth Vader a few months ago, and he was a really nice figure for the most part. However, there were just little problems with it that just irked me enough to want to customize it and improve it. So starting off right away, I did not like the original cape he came with. Here it is. It looks, fine by itself, but when it's on the figure, it just doesn't work. It has these two wires at the front, and normally I do like a wired cape, but they're just not anchored at any point to the figure. They really should be maybe like plugged into the top of the torso or something, so that way you could actually pose the cape and have it stay where you want it. As it is now, it just sort of gets in the way and is really sort of annoying to deal with. Obviously not the end of the world, you can work with it, but I figured I'd rather just have a non-wired, better cape that just sits nicely and looks good without having to sort of be annoyed with it. Took that off the figure and I just replaced it with the Black Series cape. I did try making my own with my own fabric, but I just couldn't get it to look quite as nice as the Black Series one, so had to switch those capes, and now my Black Series one has the custom cape I tried to make, and it's not a great cape. Black Series one looks good on this one, so I'm happy with that. And then another issue I had was the plastic robes that he had on his lower half. Sculpt wise, they look okay. Here they are. They have the wrinkles. They match the sculpted robes at the top as well. They're just again, they made it annoying to sort of deal with. You couldn't really pose the legs because they'd get in the way. You couldn't get them in sort of a kneeling pose because even though they can kind of flex outward when they're on the figure, they just couldn't lay quite right if you tried to get them sort of bent down and kneeling. So I replaced those with cloth. This is just a t-shirt fabric that I've been using for a lot of my other customs. I took off the plastic robes by popping apart the figure at the waist, using some heat to take off the belt very carefully, I might add. Once I got the belt off, I was able to heat up the plastic robes with some boiling water and then do just some slicing to get them off. They were pegged in at the top, so I did some slicing and prying to get them off those pegs, and then with my own fabric, I cut up sort of a rectangle that was about the height of his feet to the waist. I hemmed it so that there wouldn't be any fraying. Then I put some holes at the top of that sort of rectangle piece and secured it onto those pegs, and then fit the belt back on, glued the belt back on, and now these robes stay quite nicely. Obviously the color doesn't quite match the sculpted robes at the top. The finish and the color isn't perfect, nor do they quite match the Black Series cape. However, in sort of less harsh lighting is here, you don't really notice it, and either way I'm perfectly happy since I can get the legs actually posed without having to finagle with the plastic robes. And the final issue I had with the figure was his helmet. Sculpt wise, it's almost perfect. I think it's one of the best Darth Vader sculpts. However, it was lacking some paint. If you have the Sh Figuarts Vader, you'll notice his head is pretty much all black except for the eyes and the little silver bits in the mouth, and that's not really accurate. If you look in the movies, Darth Vader has these sort of gunmetal silver highlights kind of asymmetrically placed all over his helmet, and the reason for that was so that when they were filming Darth Vader, so that you could actually see his helmet, because when it was just all black, it was sort of hard for them to actually see the helmet. So they added those little bits of gunmetal silver, so sort of give it a, to fake the highlights basically. I went ahead and I looked at some reference photos and repainted the helmet to match. I added, you can see that brighter silvery color right on that cheek, and then the side of the mouthpiece there, and the top of that cheek, the bottom of his helmet there, and then that goes up to this side, and it's all running across his whole forehead and between his eyes. And that's just a really specific detail, and even in person it's not immediately noticeable. I tried to make sure the gunmetal color wasn't as bright silver as his chest plate or anything. However, it is enough to sort of give some definition to his helmet. It is enough to let you actually see the sculpt. So I'm actually really happy about that now, with the repainted helmet and the switched out robes and cape. This is probably my favorite Darth Vader figure, and I'm really, really happy with it. I love posing him with the Return of the Jedi Luke, and obviously having him in front of the Emperor and all of that. So yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Hope to see you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching.